be here on this occasion of symbolic presentation of a huge amount, something like 5 crores. That too by an eminent person like Mr. Sashi Kumar on the eve of his promotion as the Deputy Managing Director. I would rather consider it as an occasion to facilitate him or enjoy the happiness of his having been elevated to a very responsible post in the State Bank of India. And but I would not like to miss this opportunity to say that my service has had some special association with the State Bank of India because Mr. Ghosh belongs to my service. Long back, Mr. Ghosh was the chairman. At that time, I happened to be in Mumbai, and I was a financial advisor to the general insurance industry and all that. I used to meet him in those days. My son himself was in the SBI capital markets after finishing IIM and IIT. So we have been in touch with the bank. Some of us have been my personal accounts have been with the bank and so on. When I was in the petroleum ministry, we had a major share of investment in the State Bank. So State Bank is not new to us, and Bhavan is also not new to you. And coming back to this particular occasion of symbolic presentation, I would like to express my happiness, and again I would like to profusely thank State Bank of India on behalf of Bharatiya Vidya Bhavan for having come forward to do something substantial in the field of education. To put it very briefly, Munshiji started this institution long back. Kulapati Munshiji is well known to all of you. He started this institution long back. The main reason for his starting this institution was what C. Rajagopalachari said on those days. He expressed certain words of anguish to Munshiji, Kulapati Munshiji, just before this Bharatiya Vidya Bhavan is established. He said, I'm really scared when the young men of today, devoid of values, come of age. This is what he said. He was very much worried about the deterioration in regard to the value system so far as the young men of the country is concerned. And so Rajaji said something should be done. And Munshiji said, yes, the best way to introduce what you call value systems would be through education, because students of today are citizens of tomorrow. And he was very particular to enable the students to imbibe the rich tradition and culture of the country and get the modern education, at the same time develop what you call that attitude of service to society. So he defined the purpose of education. You have to go through the schools and colleges to equip yourself with all the requirements to face the trials and tribulations in life. At the same time, yes, you should get degrees and diplomas to get a job. Then after that, yes, you should develop the attitude of service to society. The most important thing today is ethical behavior emerging from secular humanism directed towards the welfare of society. This is what he stressed again and again. And he started this institution in a very humble manner. Most of you know he started with just 250 rupees or something like that. And it has become a worldwide organization with innumerable institutions and multifaceted, so to say, multi-dimensional programs. He himself is a multifaceted personality and a great administrator. Today we are in Hyderabad, where we are because of him. That also you know. He struggled in those days. With all that, his emphasis has been throughout education. And education means the value-based quality education. And again, it is necessary to identify the hidden talents or the latent talents of a child and to see that there is a holistic development. Every child has something very peculiar. It is not that the child should be good in physics, the child may be good on something else. So try to identify the talent in the child, because very famous poems are there. Some they say that some mute inglorious Milton here may rest. The dark unfathomed caves of the ocean bear certain gems. Like that, he went on saying, there are many things hidden. It is for you to bring out. One of the famous sculptors actually, he started sculpting a particular rock. It was a simple rock, as you see. When he started sculpting that rock, he removed the excesses. He chipped the excesses. And then beautiful figure, David, jumped out. Actually, a beautiful figure jumped out, and with a sharp nose and brilliant eyes and so on. And the sculptor was asked, how is it you have been able to come out with such a beautiful, statue? He said, I didn't do anything. I removed the excesses, and then David jumped, as it were, from that rock. So like that, the belief in regard to this education system is, there is talent. It is latent or hidden in the child. It should be possible for the educationist to concentrate on what is hidden and give an opportunity for that child to grow in that area where the child. That is the reason why we have a multi-dimensional approach in our schools. Our schools are doing extremely well. Fortunately or unfortunately, I happen to be the chairman of almost all the schools. And very recently, just now I have finished, we started one more education institution, road number 45 Yand. It's about 12 crores or so. It has come out extremely well, less than 5 years. And now that school has sent 2 batches already to the CBSE and All India number 1. It has got number 1 position on All India basis. And it is running parallelly to the Filmnagar school. Filmnagar school, the old school as you call it, it is as usual extremely fine. And for 100 vacancies, we are getting 1,500 applications. It's a daily fight. And the principal is always hiding, because her worry is how to escape from the people who are pressing for admission. Now, despite that, we are anxious not to really get into this type of a situation where we face a lot of difficulty in finalizing admissions. But still, yes, there are a number of persons who are very keen to come to Bhavan for education. So maybe they thought at the highest level, one more educational institution. I think SBI jumped in and they have come out with a massive investment. And it is the duty of the Bharatiya Vidya Bhavan to really finalize and go ahead. As you all know, Bharatiya Vidya Bhavan has got an executive committee and also a trustees committee. It is a society registered under the Societies Act 1860, and it is also a public trust registered under the Public Trust Act. Therefore, they have a very good committee consisting of very senior officials, and it is called the Executive Committee, the head of which is one Mr. Dastoor, is a veteran journalist. And again, the President of Bhavan is Mr. Surendra Lal Mehta. He is one of the well-known philanthropists. His father was Giridhar Lal Mehta. He himself donated very heavy amounts to the Bharatiya Vidya Bhavan. Now in Delhi, in Karsan Road, there is an institution called Mehta Bhavan. So that is completely coming out of the contribution of Giridhar Lal Mehta, the father of the present president of. So they are very simple, very unassuming people. They don't project themselves anywhere, but they do believe in silent work. Just like the gentle dew that falls unseen and heard, and yet brings into blossom the finest of roses. So you know, the dew never announces. It falls unseen and heard, they say, yet it brings into blossom the finest of roses. And that seems to be the way in which some of these people have been working. They have been doing good work. I presume they will continue to do good work, and they will perhaps live up to the expectations of SBI also. So the money that you give is most valuable, and that is considered to be really something substantial. And it is my duty to express my happiness to be here in the midst of some of you. And again, the press, I should thank the press. They should cover it properly, and I think that will be the greatest pleasure on my part to be here, express personally my thanks to them, and also to convey my grateful or heartfelt thanks to the SBI on behalf of Bharatiya Vidya Bhavan. Thank you. It's not my intention to speak more.